It's an ambush. Despite the glacial winds, Nafazgul must react quickly. The exercise is part of a training for these student officers at Kabul's military academy. Among them are 73 women. They defy social taboos and have often faced threats for wanting to be part of the Afghan army, an extremely dangerous job in this country which has been at war for 40 years. But for some, their motivations are as much financial as ideological.
My husband left me, so I'm raising a 2-year-old on my own. I joined the army for my son's future as well as mine. I'll earn a decent salary while also helping to make the country a safer place.
Here, men and women train side by side, which is exceptional in a country where many women can't work, marry, seek medical treatment, or even leave the house without their male relatives' consent. Since the female section of the academy was created 5 years ago, 215 female officers have graduated. But this program might be short-lived. In Qatar, Taliban and American delegations are holding talks to settle on a peace plan. The US has agreed that all foreign troops will leave the country within 3 to 5 years, and ideas like integrating the extremist group in a future government are being floated, leaving many women fearing for their future.
If the Taliban agree to peace, that's great, but if they return to power, I'm scared they'll ban women from joining the army. I've made too many sacrifices to let them get in my way. If they come for us, we will fight until the end.
After several hours in the snowstorm, the students have a quick lunch. Those who have children can take care of them in the dorms. Then it's time for class. Male and female students gather again to learn subjects like English, strategy, and field operation. In the end, most women will only be given admin jobs in Kabul, but 20-year-old Zahra hopes to make it to a combat unit on the front line.
I joined the army because there's a crisis in our country and women are being mistreated. This is my way of trying to bring change. Our male colleagues treat us like their sisters. I've never had an unpleasant experience here.
In a country where 80% of women are illiterate, the military academy offers a rare opportunity for its students. But Major Fatma Sadat, who runs the female section, says the many obstacles faced by women in civilian life impacts their achievements at the academy.
Some girls have a high school diploma, but their education is still quite poor. Girls' education isn't a priority in some families. They have trouble writing and lag behind in class. Others hide the fact that they're married when they sign up. So if they have obligations at home or become pregnant, they can't keep up in the field activities.
Another threat women face in the Afghan security forces is sexual harassment and violence. The army has no anti-harassment policy, and it remains a huge taboo.
Some high-ranking men abuse their power. They say, you didn't pass that class, but if we become friends, I could ignore that. Or if a female soldier needs something, a male officer might ask for a certain favor. This exists in every institution, but it's a huge problem in the army. It's always the high-ranking man they'll believe, not the woman.
Sexual harassment exists in armies around the world. But in Afghanistan, where gender-based violence is already rampant in civilian life, the problem is unlikely to be solved quickly. Despite these hurdles, women represent 1.4% of Afghan security forces. A promising start, but whether or not that number will rise might very well depend on the Taliban.